Okay, guys, I'm back, and this time I'm going to take you through asana warm up. All right, so we'll start in what's called easy seat. So for easy seat, I think you should sit on something that's a little bit elevated. So you could take your block, you can turn it high, or you could turn it to the lower position. This is the highest position, and I don't think that might not be broad enough for your bottom, but you can try it. But you can turn this block however you're most comfortable. You want to sit on the block for easy seat because you do want to have your knees lower than your hips if at all possible. So in your easy seat, we start here, Sukhasana, easy seat. That's the Sanskrit term. And here we're going to turn our attention to breath awareness. So the first thing we'll do is we'll do some belly breathing, 3 to 5 breaths, and you can do them at your own pace. And during the breathing, you are going to just set your intentions for this session. What is it that you hope to achieve or accomplish during this session? What is your purpose for this session? Mine is to rid myself of the notion of perfection. It's that perfection is the enemy of all that is good. In other words, when I'm so busy trying to be perfect at something, I end up not doing anything because nothing's perfect. You don't reach perfection. So to strive for it just means everything gets put on the back burner. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. So I don't know. I'm just going to go for it. That's my intention, is to just go for this session with you and not worry about it being perfect. Okay. So as I said, that's my intention. As you set your intention, we're just going to breathe. You can bring your hands to heart center here, or you can put them on your lap in an open position to receive whatever it is that you intend to receive. And we're just going to, like I said, take 3 to 5 deep breaths, inhaling and exhaling. Okay. I like to close my eyes. This is a perfect time to try to get yourself to a place of internal peace where you're not so focused on the outside world, but focused on yourself and, like I said, what your intentions are for the session. So try to go in during this time. Try to set your focus on your internal self. Here we go. As you prepare for asana, slowly open your eyes and return to this place where you are. And now we'll get ready for some mindful movement just to warm up our body. I am going to put my knees down here, and I'm going to come down off my block. Just move it. And we'll just start with some easy neck stretches to maybe loosen up the neck and prepare for movement. So I would ask you to just keeping your shoulders down. Just try to get your ear to your shoulder. Left. Remembering to breathe. here I'm going to leave my left arm either down here or I can float it to the middle. I'm going to extend my right arm up and over my head, and as I do, I'm going to lean to my left. Here I am going to stretch my side out a little bit, my right side, and breathe. So my head, I'm going to try to keep it looking, my gaze forward. I'm going to lean my neck with the rest of my body. Shoulder down on my left side. And my head is going to remain in neutral position with my torso, right? Breaths. I'm going to return this arm and my body back to neutral position. I'm going to switch sides because whatever I do to one side, I'm going to do to the other for the sake of balance. Notice that my feet are flexed to keep the pressure off of my knees. And notice that even though my shoulders extended here, I'm still keeping my shoulder away from my ear, so I'm not hunching up. And I'm not hunching up. I'm not compressing, I'm extending. Side stretches. We're going to do some spinal stretches. So we're going to do some cat and cow stretches now. So if you think of a cow and you think of a cat, you think of a cow kind of, bent, the body bent, right? And you think of a cat hunching his back, right? Okay, so when we do cow poses, Bithalasana, then we are inhaling. And when we do the cat poses, we are exhaling. Inhale. Notice my hips and knees are stacking. Exhale. Notice my wrist, elbow and shoulder. Inhale. I am extending my neck some, but try not to do too much crunching of the vertebrae of my neck in the back. Pressing those shins down into the mat. Fingertips in the palms of my hands. Returning my spine to neutral position. You're standing. You should have been able to stay facing your mat. I'm sorry, I was just turning so that you could see the view of the cat and the cow pose in my back. And now we're going to do Balasana, which is a child's pose. For child's pose, I'm going to lace my big toes together. So big toes going to touch each other behind me. I'm going to widen my legs out here a little bit with my big toes touching behind me. And then I'm just going to lower my body, my hips down to my feet. So I'm sitting on my feet, right? And then I'm going to extend as far as I can my arms out with my bottom on my feet, on my heels. So if me extending too far is pulling me off of my heels, then I don't want to be extended way out here. I want my bottom to be on my heels because I'm stretching now my quadriceps, right? So, and my torso. So my torso. So I'm reaching out. My forehead is going to touch my mat, and I'm just going to look down and breathe. You can widen your knees as far as you want to get your torso to fit down into the ground. And breathe. I'm exaggerating my breathing so that you can hear that I'm breathing, but actually in warm up, you can breathe naturally and not so breathing so deeply because we haven't really gotten the body to a place where it needs that much oxygen yet. So just normal breathing pattern is fine. I was just exaggerating so you could hear that I am breathing. Of course, you know I'm breathing or I'd be dead, but anyway, breathe. Okay, so a few breaths there, and then we're going to return to what we call tabletop position, which is a neutral spine between the cat and the cow. So I'm back to balancing and stacking, shoulders, elbows, wrists, hips, knees, pressing down, hands pressing down, fingertips, palms into the mat. And that's where you should be, and you can be facing this way. And this is where we would start our actual asana after the warm up. All right? Okay, the flow, I guess you should call it. And we'll move into sun salutations, which are some of the basic moves. We did the warm up, which is the preparatory poses, just to warm our body. And there are several others that we could have possibly done. Now we're going to move into sun salutations. All right? So I'll see you when we get back.